Welcome back to our session on doing other things on the blockchain. This time we will take a look at some of the other methods for automation and expanding the blockchain into doing more than just sending funds between addresses. And allow me to give you an example of how we can change the wallet without modifying the blockchain, without any kind of hard fork. There is a version of the Smileycoin wallet which has a new command called sendwithmessage. And this command can send messages by coding them into the values themselves. And if you use this command, for example, on the Linux command line, you call the Linux command line interface, ask it to use the command sendwithmessage, and it works almost the same as sendtoaddress, which sends an amount to an address, except sendwithmessage sends to an address a certain amount, but then you add a message to the command. And the trick is that this message now doesn't just get stored as a comment in your wallet, it actually gets sent to this recipient. So how is this done? Well, there's no provision really for sending data between wallets in the protocol. You could do this inside the data field of the transaction, and we will get to that eventually. But this one here gets coded into the values themselves. So to see how this is done, well, this particular transaction here is Smileycoin transaction DAF75 and so forth. And you can, like any transaction, you can look this up in a block explorer. So let's take a look at this block explorer here and see what this transaction looks like. So the way the sendwithmessage transaction works is it sends to an address, and in this case it's sending to the Betsy address, and it splits the 1000 smileys that were being sent up into little pieces. The first piece is just used to indicate to the recipient there's a message coming, and those of you who have done any math at all will recognize the decimals here. These are the first few digits of pi. So if the first output of the transaction is 100 point and then 31415,926, then a wallet which has sendwithmessage enabled will realize this is a message. Now you'll then see a whole bunch of other outputs which are also to the same address. They're all to the Betsy address. And the first one is 101 point something, the next one is 102 point something, 103 point something, 104 point something. And when you add all of these up, subtract from 1000, you'll find that there are 496 left, and that's the output. So how is the message coded? Well, to see this, we need to figure out what these decimals actually mean. So let's take a look at a website called ASCII table, because these are coded as ASCII characters. And you'll remember what we actually sent was the string hello Betsy. Right? So HELLO should be in here somewhere. Capital H, uppercase H. So let's see what's that in ASCII. Uppercase H in ASCII is here. It's a 72 decimal. Now, the sendwithmessage assumes that you just want to send the upper half of the ASCII character set. There's no need to send all of these control commands, so it starts at 32. So basically, to get everything to fit into two decimal places, it just subtracts 32. So a space will be 0, and the capital H should then be a 40. So let's see what we have here inside the transaction. We do actually have the first character, 40. Okay. The next one, you see the 69 here. So 69, if you add 32 to this, you should get a lowercase e, which is 101, which is right here. And then a double L, and L is 108, subtract of 32, and you should be getting 76. So HELL is encoded into this first string here. And then similarly, the rest of the strings are all codings of the rest of the message, hello Betsy. And so that's one way where we can implement our own new wallet command to do new stuff with the blockchain without modifying the structure of the blockchain itself. And again, this is very easy. A good coder can do this in a few hours. Figure out how to add a new transaction, how to add a new command, and put that into the wallet. And so that's it for minor changing to the wallet, and we'll then next go into how to do other somewhat more complicated things on a blockchain.